One of the most engaging Tamil thrillers that I watched in the year 2017 was the Madhavan and Vijay Sethupathi starrer titled Vikram Vedha. The film had all the ingredients for a well-written and extremely proficient thriller, a script that dwells in both ancient history, mythology, and integrates into the current world we live in. Directed by the duo of Pushkar Gayatri, this film took inspiration of Betal Pachisi, which refers to the 25 tales told between Vikram and Betal that everyone vividly remembers, especially when visuals of the 1985 Doordarshan show reappear. I still remember watching the reruns of the same on television and absolutely having sleepless nights of the rendition of Betal by legendary actor Sajjan. His demonic smile, inquisitiveness, and laughter still bring back memories of a toddler and mole just trying to hide his face while watching repeat telecasts. The duo of Pushkar Gayatri execute a similar back and forth between the iconic characters with the help of a police officer and a gangster, played by Madhavan and Sethupathi respectively. The film worked due to many reasons, and it brings up several notions within my mind as the first look of Veda, who is being portrayed by Hrithik Roshan, released today. The movie presented a crisp screenplay, or what was presumably a cat and mouse chase between the good versus bad. The film attempted, and did so very well, showcase the grey shades of individuals rather than the simplistic take of most commercial thrillers, where the good guy perseveres in catching hold of the bad guy. Every instance where Vikram and Vedha would cross paths with one another, a moral dilemma through the storytelling by Vedha would even interest audiences of what is the right answer. This would bring up the same predicament that Vikramaditya would find himself in, as stories narrated by Betal would have different outcomes. Circumstances would become even more convoluted as instances, relationships, and motivations became grey rather than polarizing. This screenplay was assisted with intense performances by both Madhavan and Vijay Sethupathi, a delicious back and forth that enhanced the storytelling tenfold, as it showcased just capable actors absolutely thriving in an interesting script handed to them, while Madhavan came across as the quintessential no-nonsense cop who presumably has his morality and others in check. Vedha came across as the most interesting character, having layers that are a direct consequence of his experiences, having an unhinged, almost demonic quality, who thrives in the sense of anarchy around him. Sethupathi absolutely sunk his teeth into the role, translating into such an engaging performance. I can't really talk about the film and not mention the exhilarating background score composed. I still think about this piece and how it was with such profound knowledge of the ultimate impact placed with great detailing in the story, never coming across as saturated but just aiding the storyline brilliantly, something that I feel is going to be a tough act to follow as the Hindi remake will be coming soon. Now let's get to brass tacks. Tamil action thrillers that have been remade in Bollywood have become extremely popular over the years. You look at the Surya franchise in the form of Singham that has made Ajay Devgan one of the most popular faces in the commercial space, with a franchise of its own that's transformed into the Bollywood police universe. You look at Surya's Ghajini that went on to prove that Amir Khan still has the commercial viability in the mid-2000s. It literally was box office gold back in the day. You further go on to see the popularity of a film like Force led by John Abraham and Holiday starring Akshay Kumar, both remakes of Tamil films that became movies that were the talk of the town when they released, not to forget becoming financially successful ventures as well. But this begs the question, have times changed today? Has the Indian audience evolved into understanding the original source material? Has the advent of OTT platforms and the Hindi dubbed version of films readily being available made them more aware of the engaging original stories? So much so that they are not interested in renditions or remakes. Kabir Singh would like to believe otherwise, so what will be the fate of the Vikram Vedha remake? It makes me think about a few things as I am torn towards two different sides. I am not a fan of the abundance of remakes that are in the pipeline and are being produced in the Hindi film industry. It just represents a lack of enthusiasm for original stories and banking off of already proven products in industries of various languages. I understand from a producer standpoint on why remakes are being made, as we on social media would want to believe that the masses are aware of the original films, but we also form a minority in the case of people who are actually buying tickets on the ground level. Most people actually don't go out of their way to watch the original film, and that is fact from trade experts and one of the main reasons why so many remakes are being made.
The reason we do it is because it's a good story and you think you can retell it in your land, in your culture, in your language. It's not actually made to be compared. It's not to say that now let's compare it frame to frame and see whether this is better or worse. It's a story in itself, and that's how the audience sees it, because most of the time the audience hasn't seen these, right?
Sure.
Your larger audience.
Yeah.
The reason why Vikram Vedha seems to be in safe hands in some regard when it comes to creativity is that it still holds on to the original director duo who were responsible for the success of the Tamil film. The same case of holding on to a creator like Sandeep Reddy Vanga ensures that the remake does not stray away too far from the original source material. But one of the main reasons why I'm still hooked on to at least be curious about Vikram Vedha is the inventive decision taken to cast Hrithik, Roshan and Saif Ali Khan together in this film. Both extremely capable actors that are in absolutely great form when it comes to their craft creates a very exciting venture, as I would love to see their chemistry with one another. More than that, I think seeing Hrithik Roshan attempt an extremely grey and dark role would be thoroughly exciting, as he takes the risk of going beyond the hero saves the day kind of roles. An aspect that also reinstates some kind of faith within me regarding the remake is the history of Hrithik Roshan saying yes to an iconic film like Agnipath being remade, and he did such a spectacular job regarding the same, making me think that there is a genuine eye for this script, which is why this venture may work out to be an extremely exciting thriller. This is one of the main reasons why I am torn towards two different sides, hating the concept of so many remakes being made, but still being so excited to see Hrithik and Saif duel it out with one another on the big screen. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you think about the remake and whether it makes any sense in the current landscape. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.